I just thought that this is very important that I get this out. I recorded this the other day because they're really putting out good point on, and it's just crazy. And it's going to be about an hour. I'm going to try to see if I can get into the chat and holler at y'all. But the way I've got things set up, I kind of can't do it right now. But let me get right to it, and here we go.
True. As we get attacked, when we start playing the most significant pieces, notice how that always happens. We and then once I start getting to this is a very specific piece right here. What you're about to hear right here calls you to jump on our text alerts, and you're going to find out why. It's what he says here. All right. Ready? Are we stable now?
Yeah.
Buffering because hitting the what? The what? The blue? Not hitting the blue.
They're not hitting the blue thumbs up.
Blue thumbs up. Oh, that's right. Actually,
those thumbs up.
Yeah, actually, if you're not on our text alert system and you don't hit the thumbs up, you're going to get buffering constantly. Yes. There you go. People hate buffering so much. That should inspire you.
Yeah, please make sure you hit that thumbs up. It's very
Get on the thumbs up. And mods, Karen, you can hear me. Just confirm you can hear me. Get everybody on our text alert system, especially for what's about to be said here. Okay? Okay. It's really one of the most significant pieces that we broadcasted here. Comes out of Washington, D.C., and it's secret out of Washington.
The decision I make may affect the other decisions. I mean, I would love to testify and give me a half hour to point out Biden Inc. 4 decades of crime. I'd love to do it. I mean, it's going to be easier than pointing out the, 6 decades of mafia crime or Milken and Boski.
What was going on with Perry? Everybody's all upset about that tonight. You and Rick Perry.
Rick Perry's done nothing wrong. I mean, he works for Donald Trump.
He was at the inauguration of Zelensky.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, he was there. And Senator Chris Murphy went and told Zelensky he better not cooperate with me. And a couple other senators called him.
Again, let me say it again. Remember, there is a tug of war that went on in trillions of dollars in natural resources, wealth, geopolitical battles going between the Russians and the United States, right? Mm-hmm. China. There's a battle. Hillary Clinton had one handle on that duffel bag. Donald Trump had the other, and they pulled in 2016. So for Rick Perry to be concerned geopolitically about energy resources in the Ukraine, we want to purge all the corruption. We want to still maintain our geopolitical power, right? By making sure that we do the right thing with Ukraine. They're very natural resources rich. So we still want to have a relationship with those countries, right?
Because I don't cooperate with Barr. And nobody cares about that.
But did you debrief him after the trip or before the trip?
I'm not going to tell you my internal conversations. I talk to a lot of people, not necessarily Rick, though.
Rudy, Cory Booker is someone who also is chomping at the bit to question you during the hearing.
Spartacus!
This is what he said.
I've never been to the arena. Spartacus.
I would savor the opportunity. I would, and especially if it's done publicly. And I know Rudy Giuliani is he loves the theatrics. His behavior has been and the lies and half-truths and the deception that he's been doing at the direction of this president and beyond is unbecoming.
Unbecoming, despicable, just garden variety insults, Rudy.
I have to go in the arena with Spartacus. Gee, I don't know if I can handle it. And he's a really tough guy. I don't know. Man, he really scares me. The guy was a terrible mayor. When I was a mayor of a city and had more crime when he left than when he came in.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Newark's doing fabulous.
Here's what
Cory Booker.
Everyone's a tough guy out there. They're all tough guys. Like
Cory's
Biden's going to take that. By the way, Biden's been off the trail for since.
It's above 3.
What, Friday? You never see Biden?
What a clown.
All right.
Did you see Biden today? He completely lost it today. He completely lost it today. He started yelling at a reporter. First, it looked like he was sleeping. Absolutely. It was today, I think, in Las Vegas.
All right. Sources told the Washington Examiner's Byron New York about the whistleblower. The IG said the whistleblower had a relationship with one of the 2020 candidates. Okay, Joe, this turns out to be true. Isn't the Democrats keeping his or her identity secret? Just got real joke.
Okay, clown show. Now listen to the second top prosecutor in the United States, Joe DeGenova.
This is why this notion that you're going to keep these witnesses secret while you were trying to nullify an election,
Yeah, exactly.
commit regicide, and remove a president of the United States is ludicrous. Everybody knows that in all likelihood, PS was involved with this person, this anonymous informant. I refuse to call him a whistleblower because he is not a whistleblower under the law. And everybody knows that there's a former FBI agent who worked with this whistleblower, as he's now called. So we're going to learn an awful lot about the fact that this person never wrote this document. It was drafted by a committee of political consultants and researchers and people affiliated with the Democratic National Committee.
Adam Schiff, he was this whistleblower.
He's a witness.
On national television, he just lied.
Adam Schiff is a witness. You can't preside over hearing what you're a witness now. How could it be possible that we can't test the credibility of these witnesses? I mean, you can't come to a conclusion unless you get a chance to test. For example, this law firm, Campos, or whatever the name of it is, was offering money to people. They were offering mortgage, expenses. They were bribing the witnesses to come forward. You don't think I'd want to cross-examine the witness with that? Did you read it? Did they offer you anything? Did you see Schiff? What did Schiff tell you? How much of this comes from Schiff?
These whistleblower laws have to be changed, though, right? They have to be. This can't happen again.
Wait, but this
Hold on.
Here's the deal. This inspector general is a moron. When he announced this, he was wrong about the law. This was not a matter of grave concern, urgent concern. He got slapped so badly by the council. This guy, Michael Atkinson, is a moron. There's no way around how bad a job he did. And he's to the inspector general cadre.
Well, and now we know that there's a 2020 connection. 2020 Democrat connection to this whistleblower. And by the way, someone tried to criticize or question Byron York's reporting tonight. And even, I believe, was it Axios? Said, no. It was just fine. He's right on. Byron York is spot reporting about this. So we're going to learn a lot more.
And it's going to get worse.
Yeah. Well, today, Rudy.
Now, the key element, remember, they want to keep the proceedings secret.
Yes.
They don't want the Republicans to be cross-examining. They don't want the Republicans to bring witnesses and counter the narrative. On the 12th, when the whistleblower filed their complaint, they consulted with Adam Schiff's office to have the thing drafted. Nancy Pelosi revised the impeachment process.
She did the very day.
Clown show.
The State Department ordered Gordon Sondland, the EU ambassador involved in some of those Ukraine, not to appear for his deposition. Makes sense given Cipollone's letter, right? Which, of course, is drawing the ire of
the failure to produce this witness, the failure to produce these documents, we consider yet additional strong evidence of obstruction of the constitutional functions of Congress, a critical branch of government.
There's no doubt in my mind that this guy was sexually traumatized by the gay mafia to be used as an MK Ultra friggin'
Something's up with that guy.
bot. Okay, this Adam Schiff, okay, was probably doing meth with Ed Buck when he was a young kid. This guy is a freak, a freaking MK Ultra bot. Okay, he's literally just been pummeled in the sphincter before, okay, and groomed by the MK Ultra because they used to methods on a sexual mind control, right? And control. This guy was obviously pounded in the sphincter to get him to comply.
Oh, man.
Again, if you assert a privilege,
Seriously.
if you assert a privilege, executive privilege, attorney-client privilege, deliberative process, you are guilty of obstruction of justice. So there's no winning in this scenario.
I just like to explain to Little Schiff that propounding and presenting.
By the way, what does little Schiff mean? Do you know what that's code for?
What is it?
Do you know what little is? I'm going to share it with you, but it's exactly what I was describing. LIDDLE is Trump's method and Giuliani's method of letting him know about his whole Ed Buck standard hotel sexual deviant
And how? In
cabal.
what way?
I'll share it with you later. We got to continue on because this is an important segment.
Okay.
A false, completely false narrative of someone's guilt is called obstructing justice. He did it. He did it right in front of the American people. He did it for about 20 minutes. He did a total fictitious claim against, and he did it again earlier when he said he had evidence of Russian collusion. Hey, Schiff, where's your evidence?
And then, by the
You're
way,
a liar. I'm calling you out as a liar. You're a liar.
and by the way,
Where's your evidence?
they're hitting someone, by the way.
You're a liar.
They're hitting Sylvester Stallone because he's a big donor to Trump. And I'm thinking, remember what Obama's donors were? Okay, and Obama's donors. I mean, there was headline after headline complaining. I could put one up on the screen. But Obama's big. That's just what it is. The ambassador, unless you're a career diplomat, Obama hands out plum ambassador posts to big campaign donors. So stop going after Sondland because he was a donor.
If it weren't for double standards, Democrats would have no standards at all. I mean, this is just insanity. Just watching him get that tape of Schiff, just watching him thug-eyed performing like a loon and just mouthing these nostrums, which are just dumb and stupid, unsupportable legally. I mean, this is the committee, and Pelosi, trying to keep her dentures in while she's talking to him, is just there, abiding by this. It would be funny if it wasn't a horrible trashing of our Constitution, and that has repercussions. Because it keeps our country bitter, divided. They think everybody thinks they don't.
They're living their lives.
Really
They want the country. I want to end with what Pat Cipollone wrote at the end of his letter. The president has a country to lead. The American people elected him to do his job. He remains focused on fulfilling his promises to the American people. He has important work that must continue on their behalf, both at home and around the world. People can laugh like, oh, Kurt, you're upset about the Kurt. I get people are upset about the Kurt. These are USMCA, infrastructure, all these things are really important, and the safety and security of our country. He has to keep doing the people's business. They don't want him to do that.
And
they want to paralyze this
and
country.
rooting out high-level corruption is enormously
We're going to learn more in the coming days. Joe, how confident you are in the next couple of weeks? We're going to know a lot more from Horowitz, Durham, and the rest.
This is going to be bang couple of weeks.
Boom. This is going to be a bang couple of weeks. Bang couple of weeks. And I need everybody right now. You will be cut off. I'm telling you this. Like, why do you keep saying get on the expert system? What? He can speak to you right now.
All right, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Right. Y'all listen. This guy is telling us, and he's showing some proof. I'm making sure I have cold proof. Y'all keep watching.
If you're on Pedoscope, over there at Jack the Pedo Code Talkers website that promotes pedophilia and Antifa communication, and now they're helping to facilitate CIA communication through John Brennan. It's Code Talking, Jack Code Talker and CIA Code Talking platform. We will be cut off from Pedoscope. If you're sitting on Pedoscope right now, you're going to be cut off when the news hits here within days. On the 6th, they announced it was going to happen within 2 weeks. On YouTube, okay, you're going to be subjected to trending news, and you're going to be served up with 367 view CBS News report about how the MK Ultra sexual-based mind-controlled little girl that goes to the UN. Her perspective on what's going on in the world. You're going to be subjected to that, trending 360 views on CBS News. That's what you're going to be left with. Okay? You stranded, and then you're going to be very grateful when their big deep state cruise shows up. Okay? What's happening in the world. I think we've got a pretty good grip on it. Now I'm gonna Deb Jordan is something that she doesn't know about. Okay.
All right.
Here is the pedo code talking that's going on. All right. This is on the Daily Kos. All right. They expose it here. When I'm like, Little, what's up with Little? All right. They made fun of him. He's a conspiracy theorist. And guess what the conspiracy is about?
What is that?
Adam Schiff is connected to the Little Kids Foundation. It appears a foundation that promotes touch therapy for children who have grown up in those circumstances. Apparently, the ubiquitous, some people say it is a front for pedophiles. The reference to Little, L-I-D-D-L-E, means, and this comes from Rudy Giuliani and President Trump, they know that Adam Schiff is connected through the Little Kids Foundation as a pedo.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So that's where it all comes
That's
from.
exactly where it comes from.
Representative
Representative Schiff is
why they were using that
of this ring because the foundation has done some training in his district. They did some research. LIDDL is a pedo code talking counter to Adam Schiff's Pizzagate network. And they're telling him that they know about him. They're talking to him. When they mention LIDDLE, his loins just freaking cringe. Okay? Does anybody know about it? If you're hearing about this the first time, I want to hear from you.
It's the first
because
time I've ever
this is the
heard
first
of
time
it.
Deb Jordan is hearing about it.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Isn't it very interesting?
Uh-huh.
Get on our text alert systems and do so right now. You're going to be cut off. Don't be out there stranded in a dinghy out in the big deep for their deep state cruise ship to show up. Okay. Your lifeline of support is that text alert system, not just in ours. 88022, I think, is text Trump to 88022. That's President Trump's Twitter thing. Now, I have another very, very, very important report here, and this is from John Solomon. Okay, again, we say the shit show. Okay, the Schiff show.
Right. The
clown. That's going on in Congress right now. Let me tell you how ridiculous it has gotten, folks. Here it is. Listen to John Solomon. He just exposed something so massive. Okay. And John Solomon's putting out so much truth. It's just so massive you can't even hear the friggin', I mean, you can hear the explosion. Just, right? It's outside of hearing range. But it's over. It's over, folks. He dropped a bombshell. The info was omitted from the whistleblower. That's you. Very, very detailed, right? I had to do that. I kind of used you as our listenership this morning so that you fully understood the impact of what he's about to say here.
You have them switched around again.
Huh?
You have them switched around again.
I do. Okay.
I don't know if you did that on purpose or not.
I'll fix that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
I will.
Yeah, it's been a long time to be
Public Film is on Fox News.
Yes, thank you so much. It's great to be joining you guys officially. Sean, I think you hit it on the head right from the beginning. I can confirm to you tonight that the U.S. government had open source intelligence and was aware as early as February of 2019 that the Ukrainian government was planning to reopen the Burisma investigation long before the president ever imagined having a call with President Zelensky. In fact, it's before President Zelensky was even elected.
Stop. Okay. Now, everybody, just do me a favor, just like close your eyes and just listen to my voice. I'm talking to you. All right. I want you to realize the magnitude of this. The entire intelligence agency, all of them, they say 17 thousands of intel people have signed a letter that says that President Trump, did bad things with Stormy Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
We have a P tape, right?
Right.
All those people.
Yeah.
Okay. They all knew that the investigation was being reopened. It's open source intel. It's out there. Every single intel person needs to know that what's going on in the Ukraine. If you don't know about this, these are analysts. They analyze these news stories. They know what's going on. Let me rewind it. And you're going to hear John Solomon say that the Ukraine investigation was reopened before Joe Biden even became a candidate.
Right.
The U.S. government had open source intelligence and was aware as early as February of 2019.
Joe Biden announced his candidacy in March of 2019.
Right.
He wasn't even a candidate. There is no 2020 election meddling.
That the Ukrainian is planning to reopen the Burisma investigation. This is long before the president ever imagined having a call with President Zelensky.
Wasn't even the president.
In fact, it's before President Zelensky was even elected. This is a significant shift in the factual timeline. This is information that was omitted from the whistleblower's complaint. Let me
remind you that the so-called whistleblower that said it's such a president investigation for the purposes of meddling in a 2020 election against his political opponent. This guy should have known that the investigation started back in February.
Right.
That Zelensky brought in to get rid of the corruption and continue on with these investigations. Right? Then went to the ship's office and didn't tell the OIG and hired a CIA attorney. And this person is also a Democratic operative who worked for, seriously, come on, clown show. And Adam Schiff, what? Adam Schiff's great-grandfather, Jacob Schiff, was from the Kuhn and Loeb Company bankers who funded the Bolshevik Revolution. Oh, that's from Patrick Walsh. Thank you, Patrick. Adam Schiff.
Tell you that what
Mr. Little, Liddle.
Now we know.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
we know why they're why they're doing that.
Oh, little Adam Schiff, the freaking little baby touching foundation, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Touching committee.
We learned today, the U.S. government was aware through open source intelligence in February that NABU, an FBI-like agency in Ukraine that fights corruption, in fact, it was started by Joe Biden, that it requested a reopening of the investigation into Burisma, its owner Zlochevsky, and unusual transactions in Burisma accounts in February of 2019. On March 28, 2019, the General Prosecutor's Office agreed to that request to open an investigation, and they filed a 15-page notice alleging that there may be illicit funds that were running through Burisma from 2010 all the way through 2015. That's important. The board for 2 of those years, 2014, 2015. And specifically, that suspicion said they were looking at the possibility that the $3.4 million paid to Hunter Biden have been part of the illicit funds that were moving through the company. A month.
Oh, no, but you're not allowed to talk about that stuff. Proceedings by Nancy Pelosi.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Wow.
Right.
Later, in April, the prosecutor's office, open source intelligence, again, U.S. government officials confirming they were aware of this, made a request of another investigator in Ukraine for assistance in going through these bank records. That is a sig timeline. It was omitted from the whistleblowers. Did he not know it, or did he exclude it because it didn't fit the narrative he was trying to write? That's a question for Congress to answer.
It's funny because we got Biden on tape, don't we? And
We do.
we know the money. I would like to know what is 49 years old. He's not, but this is multi-million dollars that we're talking about. Can we get answers as to what exactly he did? No expertise in Ukraine, in oil, gas, or energy. Just like there's no background we can find with him in China or private equity. That was a lot more money. According to Peter Schweitzer, who'll join us tonight, 1.5 million. So how is it that it's on tape? He's bragging about using taxpayer money as leverage and getting what he wanted. The prosecutor fired, and the prosecutor signed an affidavit, did he not, under the threat of perjury, that in fact he was fired because of that 6-hour threat of withdrawing American dollars and loan guarantees?
There's another oddity that comes out of the records. Say if you go back, these are records from Hunter Biden's firm. And if you remember, Hunter Biden and Joe Biden keep saying he was getting paid $50,000. One thing wrong with that. The FBI raided Devin Archer's office and his bank records in an unrelated case in 2016. They show transfers of $166,000 a month and as high as $220,000 in 1 month going into Hunter Biden and Devin Archer's firm. That's a lot more than $50,000. Things that piqued the Ukrainian prosecutor's interest in reopening the case in March of 2019.
They're running around saying 50,000, and
Right.
he has documentation right here from an FBI investigation that shows $200,000.
As
The guy
if-
got paid more.
As if 50,000 is better.
Yeah, but the FBI investigated that. That's why it's been buried.
True.
The Federal Bureau of Cover-Ups.
The size of the money was much larger than Joe Biden and Hunter Biden have been saying.
All right, let's go back and we have the affidavit of this prosecutor. The prosecutor's on record saying he got fired for this reason. We have multiple, there's no explanation. How the mob and the media, you've got your quid pro quo here. You've got your illegal actions here. How do they ignore that part of the story and say it's a conspiracy theory? And as Joe Biden, very defensively keeps saying, there's nothing to the story. There really is a lot to this story.
Media is that kind of thing, which is the United States government under Biden's control and its allies in Western Europe were claiming for some time that was therefore should be removed. Even if that were the case, Joe Biden should have recused himself under the U.S. ethics law. But let's do that for a second. This is a document we talked about in your show 2 weeks ago. Hunter Biden's own American league team, when they first meet with the prosecutor, Joe Biden is a new guy put in place. They immediately tell him there's a false information campaign run to make Shokin look like he was up so that they could get him out of there. Who knows what the truth is until we dig in? But the idea that the media.
I gotta stop this right there. They are messing with my audio so bad. They're trying to stop that truth right there. Here we go. And play again.
Sunk into one theory of the case without looking at these other facts. They're not doing their job. There's a lot of facts that run against the current narrative and the whistleblower.
They have completely see, I'm just testing out this AI. I've got my eye on you. I see what you're doing and I'm countering your moves and you're not liking it too much, are you? I'm back.
And we need to get those facts on the table and examine them fairly before any conclusions.
All right, last question. The IG report's going to be devastating. But then I'm hearing, on the other hand, well, there's a lot of considerations about whether they can get a conviction. What they'll do is they'll embarrass everybody. And I'm thinking, well, either there's premeditated fraud on the FISA court, which we know happened. We know they lied. We know the demands. when they find out the truth, that they go back to the court and tell them the truth. That never happened. Is that the swamp protecting the swamp? Is that the likely outcome in this, John Sullivan?
I think we need to wait and see expansion of the Durham investigation. Let's see
That's what my
how the
little
Justice
birdies
Department.
are singing in my ear. I mean,
I've
keep
always
hearing
said-
this.
I've always said that I thought it was going to be a Hartman to prosecute its own. I still believe that today.
Okay, so that means that
Okay,
Wow.
so, we're hearing, even still, nobody knows, it's all top secret. Even the president doesn't know exactly what the outcome is going to be, so we gotta rely on Attorney General Barr and extending his investigation, of course.
Yeah.
So we'll break, and it's gonna.
All right, y'all. I'm bad on the chat because I've got bad signal today for some reason. I don't know. It's something to do with the cold front. I don't know. But anyhow, hang on. I don't even know if y'all can see me. But anyhow, I appreciate y'all showing up and watching. Last Stand, UFO, Revealing Unknown. Shauna, I hadn't seen you in forever. And who else is in here? I said Last Stand. That was everybody. There wasn't that many people, but I thank y'all for. I did say UFO. I don't forget UFO at all. But yeah, I was trying to stream. Why's this thing? It still hadn't stopped streaming. But I was streaming with my OBS and the StreamYard at the same time. Plus, I was recording this broadcast on OBS only. It would be totally different than the scrapyard one. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end this. I thank y'all for showing up. And I'm over here on this other computer. Hit that in broadcast. Have a great day.